Hello everyone, this is Vonlin with my third YouTube video. Yay, number 3. Hopefully third time is the charm. This is gonna be the big hit. I'm going viral, guys. I can feel it. This is just gonna take off. I can't wait. So for this, in celebratory of my third video, I've done another Rome 1v1 Total War commentary of myself playing as Egypt against Germania, and my opponent's name is MrFrank. We're playing on Grassy Plains, or whatever map this is, flat, nothing spectacular, but very even playing field. I've decided to showcase my third favorite unit. I did German Berserkers in my first video, Cataracts in my second video. If you haven't seen those, go watch them. And in this video I'm going to do Pharaoh's Bowmen, which were in my last video, but my opponent deployed them. I've deployed 5 Pharaoh's Bowmen up front, followed by, 6 Pharaoh's Guard, 2 Nile Cavalry, and my general, an Egyptian Cavalry General. All my units are pretty heavily upgraded. I think it's 15,000 denarii, and my Pharaoh's Bowmen being extremely upgraded. We are playing the rules RC WB, so 6 of any unique unit, no elephants, no artillery, and he's playing German, so he's only using 2 Berserkers. My German opponent has deployed 2 Berserkers, as I just said, 2 chosen Archer Warbands, I believe, 6 Gothic Cavalry, Barbarian Warlord for his General, 4 chosen Axemen, and let's see what we have, 5 Spear Warbands here, so let's get this started. Again, so I wanted to show Pharaoh Bowmen off, which are, again, one of the best archer units in the game. There's only 2 archer units that are better, but they're my favorite to use in conjunction with the other units that Egypt has. And I just like the fact how heavily armored they are. They can really hold their own in melee. This is going to be a really close battle, and it's CWB, so it's probably the most fair battle that out of my 3 videos that I've done. Right off the bat, you're seeing the Pharaoh Bowmen with their range. You just open up on these chosen archers, and 5 archer units versus 2. I'm gonna win that over time. So, not content to sit by and let that happen, he charges in with 3 Gothic Cavalry right away. Pretty predictable. I'm ready for it. I'm just gonna pull back my Pharaoh Bowmen here and get out of the way of that. He relieves a little bit of pressure on me and begins moving his army forward while my archers are rearranging. He's coming around the flank, right in the back to my spearmen. Actually gets a pretty good maneuver. My one weak point is I spent so much money on these Pharaoh guards I couldn't really invest in cavalry very much. So a major threat to my army is going to be this cavalry. Luckily I throw all of my cavalry that I have at him, my 2 Nile Cavalry and my general. And they're actually able to turn the Gothic Cavalry pretty quickly with the help of the Pharaoh's Guard, which probably did most of the damage. Over here I have another Pharaoh Guard, which we just missed it, but I actually had my Pharaoh Guard facing the wrong way as I rearranged them. Being the noob I am, so he just slammed into them and he eliminated them right away. His Barbarian Warlord's charging another Pharaoh's Guard. Again, you see he's a lot more melee and a lot more cavalry than me, and that's kind of the weakness of me deploying so many archers, is he's just gonna come in and surround me and overwhelm me right away. The Berserkers, going to berserk. I'm pulling back my archers, trying to rearrange them all, pulling the cavalry back in. I'm just trying to keep these archers out of the melee the best I can. These ones can't help but get caught. But again, the nice thing about Pharaoh's Bowmen is they can kind of take a hit and give a hit. So they actually turn these Gothic Cavalry away, or he pulls them back at least, because they're not doing that much damage. And allows me to regroup all my archers back here. I'm trying to reorganize my pike line as well. His Berserkers are doing damage, and his spears are just kind of hitting the field now. He chases down some of my Nile Cavalry, takes them out. Bye-bye to that cavalry. And there goes my general. Oh, that's right, that wasn't Nile Cavalry. That was actually my general he killed, so it was a pretty big loss for me. I'm unfortunate that I wasn't paying attention to let him out. Not my best move. But luckily, I just annihilate his Berserkers there. You didn't quite see it, but my Pharaoh's Bowmen shot and killed about half of them. Like I mentioned before, arrows are a really good way to kill Bowmen. And then I clean up the rest of my Nile Cavalry. He charges in with his Gothic Cavalry straight through the middle. Meet with my Nile Cavalry, my archers also meeting him. Again, Pharaoh Bowmen, the only Bowmen that can really get charged down by heavy cavalry and not immediately die and kind of get back their own. So while I'm choosing to use them, like I said, they're heavily upgraded. I've spent most of my money on them. As you can see, they're really putting their money to good use and withstanding these charges, even though my melee line is entangled or otherwise dead. My archers are the other archers are killing the cavalry that's being charged by cavalry. So my Pharaoh Bowmen tie up units while the other Pharaoh Bowmen kill them. That's kind of my strategy at this point in the game, because it's really the only units I have available to actually maneuver around with. Again, I sent a few Pharaoh Bowmen up while my other ones shoot. At this point, I believe most of the cavalry's dead. I have one thing in Nile cavalry left, and that's about it. I don't think he has his general, and I think that's about it. So again, you see some Pharaohs guard here, tangled up with some spear warbands. They don't last long. They rout eventually. They get overwhelmed here, but I'm using this time effectively. I'm trying to put as many arrows into them with these bowmen that aren't being attacked. Just firing flaming arrows at point blank range, trying to get kills here. This whole time I've had these ones, I pulled these archers way back, and they've just been making it rain arrows non-stop. They all fired at the guy and all missed. Excellent work, guys. So at this point, we've disengaged all of our melee units, and we're both kind of regrouping, which I don't think it's not really a good idea on his part to give me this moment to breathe here, because of course, all I really have left are these Pharaoh Bowmen, these expensive archers, and I just pour some arrows into them. I'm not getting a ton of kills, to be honest, right now. I only got 4 or 5 there. I actually had a pretty good 10 kills. Getting some arrows in the flanks. So he's really allowing me to do some damage here and regain my ground. I think if he could have kept the pressure on there, he could have got more casualties. Use my Nile cavalry to rout some spearmen. Thank God I still have those cavalry right here. I mean, just keeping that one unit alive and somehow turning away all of his Gothic cavalry is really saving my butt here. To be honest, I was pleasantly surprised how well my Pharaoh Bowmen turned back the charges from them. And at this point, I just start cutting around to spear warbands with my Pharaoh archers. I got them all spread out, so if he attacks any of them, other ones can shoot him. He gets frustrated with this, is like, screw this, I'm out of here. Takes off running back towards his own archers, which, by the way, have been firing this whole time. This whole battle, they've just been firing him, and I've just been ignoring it. My bowmen are heavily armored. He's really far away, so he's not really hitting his target. Meanwhile, the targets I'm choosing to shoot at, which are his spear warband, are much closer. I'm doing a lot more damage. Just trying to kill as many guys as I can. I'm going to move my Nile cavalry out here. I'm going to speed this up just for a few seconds. Now he's just pulling back, and I'm pulling my units together. He is going to send out a spear band over here into my Nile cavalry. Hope I'm not paying attention, but I am. And it's my turn to try to see if he's not paying attention. See, they all put their spears down and they start walking back. That's just how the mechanic works. So I turn my cavalry around when he's not paying attention. Charge right into the back. Oh, there we go. That was a good hit. Obviously Nile cavalry, a lot of their damage is in their charge. Once they actually start fighting, they don't do that well. So I pull them back right away. This, I don't really want to risk losing any more of these than I have to. I want to charge, pull back, and let my arrows do their work. Fortunately, kills one of them right there with a flaming arrow. And I'm happy to exchange fire with him. Again, when your opponent has, range superiority, then you really should be charging them, not ever letting them sit back and do this. You should always keep the pressure on them. He pulled his spear warband out where they can't take damage. They're all winded right now. He's going to let them rest up and get back up to fresh. So while he does that, I'm going to take advantage and try to scare off his archers while they're so far from the spearmen. But he pulls them back, and I don't want to mess with these spear warbands, so speed this up again. Again, it's just archers shooting archers. Just the one fortunate part about making a video with Pharaoh's Bowmen is at some point I have to just sit here and shoot him if I have any chance of winning this. Which, again, I don't know why he's letting me do it. He should really just be committing everything he can, but I guess he's going to try to drain me of arrows first, maybe. I guess that's not a terrible idea. I charged my cavalry into his archers there, but got caught in the spear band and lost him like a big noob. So now I have no cavalry. I'm just down to my 4 Pharaoh's Bowmen against his 4 spear warband and some chosen archers. And I'm going to speed it up again. I think he's hoping to just drain my arrows before he sends these spear warbends back in. So he knows if they take some damages from my my arrows first and then has to fight, they probably won't be able to hold up. So I'm picking off as many of them as I can. I don't really care about his archers because I know they're about to run out of ammo as well. Just gonna let this go on high speed here. You can see he's kind of spreading out all of his units, which is honestly, I don't know why. I'm whittling away those guys. Oh, it's a lot of arrows. Let's put it to play. So he's like, alright, enough of this arrow folly. I think he probably ran out of arrows. My units were spent some of the battle running around, so they have a little bit more than he does. Not much, but they still have some ammo left at this point. And it's time for him to close the distance and see what he does. He splits up and has each unit go on an archer. He's hoping that none of them will be able to fire at anything if they're all in melee. Unfortunately, these ones over here kill off this unit before they get there, before these units attack them, freeing up this unit now to attack them, and those ones were out. So at this point, it's pretty much over. You see again the Pharaoh Bowmen, really just such a strong unit because they do so much damage at such long range. But unlike any of the archers, they can really hold themselves in melee. You saw repeatedly in this battle they were turning back cavalry charges and spear warband charges. Again, spear warband obviously aren't the strongest melee unit in the game, but it just shows what Pharaoh's Bowmen are capable of and why they're my third favorite unit in Total War. You can see they played 500 against 750. A lot of the kills were on the Pharaoh Bowmen. Although my Pharaoh Guard here, 130 kills, hero unit right there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think I'm going to do one more Rome Total War commentary of a 1v1, and then I'm going to switch to Medieval 2 Total War. Thank you guys, hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe.